Hey there, fellow zombie apocalypse survivors. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid, Brandenburg Shelter. Episode 13, A Thirst for Knowledge. The first order of business will be continuing what we were working on last stream, which was finding our way to Book Naked, which is a bookstore in town, because what I'm hoping to do is we've already read electrical. I'm hoping to read carpentry and metalwork. And the reason for those three is when you go into homes, you can break down wooden stuff for the carpentry skills, you can break down electrical stuff for the electrical skills, and you can break down like plumbing stuff for the metalwork skills. So it would be really handy if I had the means to train up all three of those skills as I'm going into homes for scavenge and salvage. So that's the plan. And Steph, Joker, Radlocker, thank you for the resubs and cheer. I'll drink to that. All right. Wow, we slept in. I went to sleep at 2 in the morning and we woke up at almost noon. That is a lot of sleepy sleeps. Well, let's get started. I am going to grab some... Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to do the stale burgers. And what I'm planning to do is make my way back over to Book Naked, which is to the southeast. We got somewhat close last stream, like a block or two away. But I think I would like to kill all the zombies in the immediate area so that the windows and doors aren't breached by zombies as I reinforce this area. So before we go over to the Book Naked, we got a little bit of perimeter security to do. Mostly because it's like kind of a pain in the butt to have to drag zombies outside nowadays. Right? Like you can't just like throw them away like you used to be able to. You have to actually dispose of their body or it makes you sick, and well, dragging bodies is like an extraordinarily exerting thing to do. So killing them when they're not so close to the building where it doesn't like pose a threat to us seems to be the smart play. Ooh, that is a fully intact leather jacket. I wonder if it's the type that goes down to your knees. I don't want to unpack it though. Oh, there's like another red van. Huh. Weird. So let's open the map real quick. I am obviously right here in this red dot. And Book Naked is this place. And we cleared just about up until this spot. One of the advantages is there is a gun store down that way. So there also might be an opportunity to liberate the gun store. I think what I'm going to do is walk there. And the reason for walking there is so that, A, the vehicle makes a lot of noise, so I don't want to make a lot of noise. And B, like, I do plan on clearing. Now, the thing is, once we clear all the way there, I'm obviously not going to be able to, like, grab all the books I want in my backpack, because that's going to weigh a ton. But I wanted to clear out the neighborhood a little bit, because every time I, like, drive around the neighborhood, I'm going to be dragging these zombies back to my base with the running engine noises. So it'd be best if I did a little clearing. A $1 scratch ticket winner. We can also pop into garages and the like. I don't really want to be scouring through houses right now, though. And the reason is, I do plan on going through the houses once I have the trade skills that I want. But what I can do is look through the houses for, like, some grub. And also for some books. Because houses, of course, can have books. Is it possible to see how much noise you do? I think with the, like, dev mode on, you can see, like, noise radius stuff, but not without mods. I don't believe, I'm privy to that kind of information. What's on the counter here? Ooh, like an old school copper kettle. That's like a lovely thing to find. Alright. I was mostly here for just the you know, whether there was a magazine or book. As I said. And things like the garages, I'll come back with the sledgehammer. So I don't have to bash the doors for like an hour. So I hadn't cleared this neighborhood. One of the advantages of the neighborhood is the back wall of the neighborhood is chain link fence. Chain link fence can be destroyed now. That's an update from Build 42. But it takes considerable amount of effort for the zombies to actually destroy those chain link fences. They don't break easily. It requires like a lot of them working towards its destruction. Which means that should keep zombies from easily filtering into our home area going east to west. Ooh, there's a basement here. Another worn claw hammer. That was another thing I'm looking for, is to replace my claw hammer, because my current one is like breaking. Oh, here we go! Carpentry 1! Hell yeah! You know what just occurred to me? I don't have my PZ tracker on. Good job, me. Give me a moment, guys. I gotta get that up, because I can't really mark down that I have Carpentry 1 without that. Given that I have Carpentry 1 now, there's another thing that should be noted, which is that I don't have a TV at home. I don't know, actually, if the community center has a TV by default. But the reason I mention that is, if I had a TV, I'd be able to watch the tape I have, because I do have one Carpentry tape. I have Woodcraft 6, which would boost me up pretty quick. Let's see if the second floor is any better. Because what I could do is I could mark down this whole area, whole room is cleared. Although I'm going to come back and, like, strip out the plumbing and electrical, so maybe I wouldn't do that. Speaking of electrical. Gotta get up to 3 so that I can hook up generators to the community center. So everything that I can disassemble, I ought to disassemble for the experience. I'm not going to mark it down as cleared yet. Clear to me will be like, oh, more convicts. Clear to me will be when I've, like, stripped it of all of its worth. First aid 3, I happen to need that as well. So I do have Carpentry 1 and 2. Getting additional Carpentry tapes would be really nice. Ooh, a welder magazine? And another thing I don't have, if we, let me open up the PC tracker real quick. I do not have the generator magazine, but that can, of course, now be skipped with the benefit of getting Electrical 3. You don't need the book anymore, which is why I'm grinding through the electrical skill. And I'm not too worried about the generator, because I know where a bunch of generators are. So the generator itself is, like, kind of a non-issue, because there's lots of generators around where I am and where I spawned. Sounds like another zombie upstairs. Not my problem. Let's keep clearing out the neighborhood. I am curious what these prison convicts are holding on to, though. I also don't have a needle. Yeah, so let me hide this. And we have yet to find a needle, which is pretty crazy. Because I have been amassing, like, tailoring stuff, but with no needle, you know. Do you guys know off the top of your head if there's, like, a self-made needle now in the crafting menu? Like a bone needle or something akin? Whoa, there's a lot of people in here. Oh my god. What the hell is going on? Well, that got serious quick. Thought it was just like 3 people in the yard, not 15. Maybe this was like a bachelorette party, and these people in jumpsuits are not convicts. Maybe not. You haven't ever heard of a needle alternative? Yeah, given that these guys have, like, makeshift shivs, I'm a guess they are not, employees of a bachelorette party. Let's phrase it like that. There's a lot of them, too. I am picking up the sheet ropes. Not that they're hard to make with, like, house curtains. But I wouldn't mind more sheet ropes on my home to make it safer and easier to climb around. Because I've been known to fall. What was going on with the weird clipping there? That was strange. Oh, fresh claw hammer. Or a fresh-er claw hammer. Where is my hammer? Here it is. There we go. I just wouldn't want it to wear out, break on me. Because sometimes when you need to, like, nail an escape rope or something like that, if you don't have a claw hammer, you're kind of dead. Let's go ahead and mark a television for me to pick up later. I like the premium TVs. I know they're not hard to find TVs, but I want that one. Lower the volume and turn it off. Still no needles. Oh, hello. Looking into the wiki, it seems you can't make a needle. That's good to know. I mean, I figured there were still, like, some bottlenecks in the crafting tree. I think that's fair. Like, some items are... Oh, they have a fire axe embedded in their head. Some items don't have reasonable replacements and can't be crafted. The thing is, like, needles are pretty easy to make. Not like metal ones, but like a bone needle or something like that. It wouldn't be unreasonable to include that in carving or one of the trees. Firefighting axe bloody. You don't say. As I pull it out of his body. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk back home and grab the vehicle. It's already 5 p.m., so I'll probably end up actually just returning back and reading the Carpentry book so that I can have boosted Carpentry for tomorrow. But it was good to get sort of a glimpse of the zombie density around these homes. I feel like that specific home had a lot of zombies. It had like 15 or so. But most of the houses around here aren't too problematic. He's probably coating fishbone needles as we speak. We'll expect to see it in 4 to 7 months. Yeah, that would be kind of the appropriate turnaround time for Project Zomboid, historically. For better or for worse. I mean, just last stream, I was saying that I feel like this version was too ambitious and they should have broke it up into 3 different versions. Like a crafting update, a ranching update, you know, and all the other features in its own separate update or something like that. Because trying to balance so many changes at once and debug so many changes at once is kind of cumbersome. And that's what they decided to do. There we go. Interesting. I tied the sheet rope. I did not, So, okay. That's good to know. He was not nailed. I mean, it makes sense. There's like a metal railing. But, I hadn't seen that change either. I guess those burgers I never ended up eating? I feel like, given that they're stale now, I'll probably let them go. I'll, like, freeze them. Maybe they can become compost or something. Cheers! Yeah, I can't imagine the... I mean, eventually they said the update would include, like, human NPCs. And to me, that just seems like such an ambitious goal. I wonder if I'll see that update in my own lifetime. But, like, for real. So tomorrow, I didn't mean to drop the ham. We'll go out and take the car and try to get our way to the bookstore. For after Kenshi 2? I'm gonna go with after. Oh, not foggy. I could do without the fog. Not my preferred weather. It's worse in RimWorld than it is here, but still, it's not good here. Our emergency channel's on. We woke up 6 in the morning, so pretty fresh start. And then taking a look where we're going, we're going to head up to the main road, where the other van is ditched, and then just drive up the road carefully, quietly, clearing everything on the way. How's the weight, strength, fitness stats looking? I mean, they don't really move. Like, I'm 5,000 out of 150,000 away from strength. It's, like, not gonna happen anytime soon. I feel like if you're not doing, like, curls and crunches and sit-ups every night, like, your strength and fitness never improve, which is crazy. Because I feel like if you spend all day killing zombies, you would get jacked fast. Right? Like, you would become monstrously strong quickly. You don't need to be doing sit-ups and push-ups. Like, swinging around a crowbar and crushing skulls is gonna be just fine. Alright, I am leaving the van running, which means if zombies swarm, they will overtake it. A bit of a risk, but it also gives me a chance to get out quickly if I get overrun. I think there's more. Oh, yeah, there's definitely some that I can't see. And they are coming out. Time for the beta blockers. If someone in chat can try to read the weather report, I could always catch it again. It's not even really relevant until, what, 9 AM anyway? Because this is like yesterday's weather report. But the chopper took me by surprise. Thankfully, I was in a good position to deal with it. That's the one that's, like, really dangerous to be caught off guard. Losing water and losing power is, like, annoying, but, like, it won't probably kill you. The chopper, however, can straight up kill you. Ski Daddy, thank you for the sub. And welcome. So in terms of skill, Long Blunt is almost 2/3 of the way to level 3. I've been using this crowbar near exclusively, and then maintenance is very close to leveling up. With the changes to the maintenance skill, it's going to be harder to level up maintenance with a crowbar. That's fine. So opening up our map, we are pretty close to that TV. I could swing and grab it. I mean, I do have trunk space. Although, that's a lot of zombies. Let's deal with that. Lemon, thank you for the resub too. How is the crowbar? Almost perfect condition. How are we doing? Anyone have anything interesting? The last time I played this, it didn't impress you? Zomboid is definitely one of those games where its learning curve is pretty rough. So it's not exactly a fun game to play casually, because to not instantly die in the game, you need a lot of, like, practice. Fighting and surviving. There's some games like that that just... they're cumbersome. They're rewarding if you give them the time that is required. The thing is, unlike... like, RimWorld would be another one such game where it's, like, really, really, really hard to learn. However, unlike... in RimWorld, you can, like, lower the difficulty and still have fun. Here, if you lower the difficulty, where there's, like, almost no zombies, I would argue it's, like, not all that much fun. So, Zomboid is definitely one of those games where the combat is what makes it fun, but the combat is also what makes it hard, so you can choose fun and hard, or not fun and easy, and it's there's not a lot of compromise there as far as I'm concerned. It's like one or the other. With that said, some people do like to just craft, like complete builder mode, but I feel like there's a lot of other games like this that have way more rewarding build mechanics. So if you just like building, this is also probably not the game for you. Because the base building here is pretty tame. Alright, let's pick up that TV. And then we'll go to the book naked. TV's in this two-story, yep. God, visibility sucks! And I'm missing the 9 a.m. weather report. Dang. The TV remotes now do something, FYI. It allows you to interact with the TV from a distance. So there's a point to having TV remotes, unlike in builds previous. Get out! I hate when they do that. They just like open up the door, like you're gonna hit them with the car door, but they don't actually hop out. Dang it, that's not what I want. Alright, there's a bunch of zombies in the woods. Yeah, the visibility that I have here makes it really hard to safely go into town, because I do not want to get to like drag a swarm on me. But I can't see at all. My panic level says I'm like surrounded, but my hearing and vision says it's pretty tame out. I'm not sure which to believe. It's actually oddly one of the advantages of taking the cowardly trait, unless they refactored it, which was previously if you were cowardly, your character gets panicked being around even a single zombie, which allows you, like, if you're wandering around the woods and you suddenly get panicked, it like is zombie radar, if you will, because you wouldn't get panicked off of nothing. So it's kind of like, oh, zombie's close to me because I'm panicked. Rather report it's foggy. You don't say. Right, my lungs can't take much more of this, so let's go have ourselves a little rest. What's the effect of panic on the character? Nervous and jumpy, trembling hands. So basically, you're like less effective at fighting and the like, which is why I take beta blockers. If you're super panicked, you can't hit very hard with your melee weapons, and then if you're trying to fire firearms, forget about it. You're not going to hit anything because you're just like panicked and jumpy, and yeah, it's awful. So panic is an interesting game mechanic in Zomboid, though, where very slowly over time, based upon months survived, not zombies killed, as far as I know, you become less panicked. So that even if you have a cowardly character, eventually you'll get a lot less panicked overall. And then, of course, there's the sensitized if you're a veteran, which is you're immune to panic. And then brave, which gives you, like, a panic reduction. And what's interesting about that is right at the start of the game, desensitized is the strongest trait because you won't panic at all, ever. And then over a medium length survival period, brave is better because it will take a lot to panic you. And then over like a very long span of survival time, cowardly is the best, which is a negative trait because you just won't be panicked anyway, right? Like if you typically survive in Zomboid for like a year, who cares if you're cowardly because you will outlast your trait in a way. Hey, Gear, thank you for the resub. Alright, radio's back on. There's a lot of zombies in this little intersection up here. I'm going to probably hang out waiting for this broadcast to finish up. I don't think cowardly gets removed after 1 year. It just, the effect lessens over time. It's not that it's like fully removed or anything. It's just your character, the threshold to become panicked increases as time survival goes up. So the longer you live, the less panic matters. And the shorter you live, the more brave and desensitized matter when it comes to character design. Alright, electrical is... we're not that far. But there was a lot of zombies. I'm starting to get visibility back. But yeah, there's enough zombies up ahead in the, at the start of the park that we're gonna want to go on foot. If you're wondering if this is build 42, I am in Brandenburg. But not to sound sooty, Brandenburg is a city that was only added in build 42. Does not exist in build 41. So the answer is yes. Or, you know, you can see that I have like pottery, masonry, knapping, glass making as crafting skills. Alright. Oh! Caffeine pill. I'm out of beta blockers, aren't I? That's unfortunate. I think I have them in another pouch. Maybe? Let's check their pockets. No beta blockers. Here we go. Favorite and take. Man, they kick in quick. A spare denim shirt. I'll take it. So, down there, as you can see, it might be hard to read, but that is a gun store to my direct south. Which would be really nice to gain access to at some point. And then a hardware store, and I have that marked down on my map, right? Gun store, hardware store, bookstore. So we're entering what I would consider the town square, maybe? Something like that. Can I show the aiming even if I don't fire the gun? I'll probably be firing a gun at some point in this stream. So yeah. I can't guarantee it. But I'm happy to fire off the Beretta. Maybe on the outskirts of town when I'm not going to attract a horde. Do you think the devs chose the 90s as a time period to avoid smartphones? I have no idea why they did. I never bothered to, like, look up why they chose 93. Alright, nothing on the radio that is alarming. No power or water loss. So I'm just rushing up a little bit. And we are pretty close to where I want to be. Just past noon. So there is a decent amount of zombies still ahead before I get to Book Naked. So Book Naked is the blue and white storefront on the far east of the screen. There's maybe like a dozen or two zombies that I'm gonna have to clear first. But it also depends on like if they're gonna clown car pour out of buildings or not. Sometimes they do. Where's my hand? Here it is. Stealth ham eating. This is peak Zomboid. I wouldn't mind going into Hugo Plush at some point. See if I can't find myself the lovely leather pants I always try to find, but that's a far lower priority than my current one of getting them books. So of all the books I'm looking for, I guess metalwork one, tailoring one would be nice to find. Maybe cooking one as well. Don't get too panicky. Come on now. Between lungs burning and high panic, it's time to back up a little. Splat. Okay. Most of what's in the way is cleared. Lipstick, receipts. Oh, someone's in the alleyway, aren't they? Man, that mannequin over there almost looks like it's holding, like, a rifle at its waist or something, you know? It looks armed. I am getting drowsy. Come on, just kneecap him. Oh, forget it. What? I opened the window for you, idiot. Ha! I killed him! That was a very odd way to kill a dude. He's just frozen. Imagine getting killed so hard, rigor mortis sets in instantaneously, and you end up a weird vertical zombie. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Brandenburg Shelter, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all over the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow survivors.